Boundaries. Big word with such irrelevance to empaths. Why? It terrifies us. Boundaries terrifies empaths. Why is it so horrific for empaths when they start on the journey of boundaries? Because it simply triggers guilt. Boundaries trigger guilt and shame to think that I have to do boundaries. Why? Because it simply means that we have to stop being empaths, meaning I will have to learn how not to care about other people, not to empathize with other people, not to have compassion with other people. So I have to build boundaries. So when you visualize a boundary, for me, when I visualize a boundary, it's a brick wall. It's something that's thick and differentiating me from others. Like I'm here and you're there and we're not the same. Empaths and empathy is we are all the same. We are all one. We all feel with one another. We all do the thing, right? So when somebody says, well, you don't have clear boundaries, therefore you're being trampled on. Therefore, everybody uses you. Therefore, because you just don't have clear boundaries. So start building boundaries. How can you build something? How can you acquire something that you hate, that you dislike, that you see as a dysfunction of humanity at large? So building boundaries for an empath is like saying turn into a devil, right? It's like basically telling you to become a narcissist, which is our biggest fear. Like become a toxic being, become emotionally unintelligent is building a boundary. So why the hell would you do it? That's why we struggle so much as empaths to actually build a boundary, because it doesn't make sense. Like all the spiritual work I've been doing and the spiritual awakening and all this effort and time to build a boundary at the end of the day and differentiate me from others. Oh my God, I'm having such a hard time and I'm feeling so guilty about it. Yes, because it's not the word to be used. It doesn't work for us. The people who build boundaries so easily, okay, and have no problem building boundaries, basically saying no all the time to anything that they don't like and honor who they are, right, at 24 hours a day, we believe it interprets to us as narcissism, as selfish people, right? So boundaries to us is very selfish. So we got to change the words, okay? When we change the word, everything changes. You must understand, you are not building boundaries. That's why hardly any of us can get it down to the T, and we're always like, oh my God, my boundaries were down. There's always like, you're blaming yourself all the time as an empath for the boundaries you don't have, or the boundaries you don't know how to build, or the guilt and shame you go through because you can't get this boundary right. Well, of course not. It's a stupid word to use for empaths. Sorry for my language. What's a better way to do this? It's called respect. So change the word from boundaries and start using the word respect, self-respect. How does it feel? Oh, I just got crazy goosebumps. When you start to share that I want to experience what self-respect looks like, what respect in general looks like, then you're no more building a wall between you and anyone else. You are actually becoming more of you. You're igniting something within you that is larger than you, which is respect. So if I am able to respect who I am, respect what I desire, respect what I want, respect the child within me that's speaking, respecting the pockets of energy that show up, respecting my way of being in whichever form, respecting my feelings, naturally that doesn't isolate anyone from me, boundaries, and it doesn't push anyone away from me, boundaries, doesn't make me feel alone, boundaries. It basically lets me work a muscle, okay, which is called self-respect, understanding where I stand and where somebody else stands and respecting myself. So let me give you a great example for this, and this is really going to help. So what happens when you are in the presence of someone and you don't have boundaries, right? You're so, as an empath, you're so engulfed in making them feel better and walking on eggshells, like making them feel better about themselves. Like you're going to feel like, oh, they feel insecure here, or if I talk this way, it's going to trigger them here. And so you kind of walk on eggshells and you dim yourself down, right? You disrespect everything about you, all versions of you, all character traits, all opinions, all feelings, all emotions. You start to disrespect all versions of you, and you respect them highly. You respect how they're feeling. You respect their triggers. You respect their wounds. You respect their joy. They become on a pedestal, right? So you're respecting, just think about it. You're respecting them so much more than you're respecting you. There's nothing wrong with that until it starts to deplete you. Because there are versions of you, pockets of energy of you, and there is the you that wants to be respected in return, which others cannot offer you if they don't have the empathy vibe, the gift of empathy, the gift of feeling and sensing and knowing that, wait, I'm talking too much and not giving this person an opportunity to speak. I've said too much. I've done this too much. I forced my opinion. I'm not giving that person a chance to speak. Nobody's going to do it for you. But what happens is there are pockets of energy within you, okay, that needs you to respect their presence. So let's say somebody's asking you yeah, we're going to go to the Italian restaurant today. And you're like, oh, but I don't like Italian. It bloats me. But it makes them really happy. Now I'm going to respect their way of thinking, but I'm going to disrespect the pocket of energy that just showed up inside of me and said, that really hurts your tummy. Do you really want to go there? And you're like, disrespect you. Shh, shh. You're not as important as what this person's saying because I'm an empath. I have to give them the higher, like what they say is on a pedestal, what they feel is on a pedestal because I'm so attached to what they want, right? But instead, it's like going back to self-respect, looking at yourself and being like, oh, I have a pocket of energy that needs somebody to protect her and respect her opinion, what she is sharing with me right now. And so you give respect to her. That is what the world is calling boundaries, which we empaths cannot follow through with. But the truth of the matter is self-respect, meaning I respect all aspects of me. If I'm in a very silly mood today and then I bump into someone who's very serious and is getting irritated by me, they're getting irritated. What I will naturally do as an empath is I will shut down the silliness of me to make sure that I can respect the mood they're in. But then I'm disrespecting the version of me, the pocket of energy that is in a joyous, silly mood today, right? So I've disrespected me. So boundaries, as we call them, is self-respect. I'm going to respect the version of me that just appeared inside that's joyous. I'm going to give her great respect and respect that person, but I don't get to shut her down. I don't get to yell at her. I don't get to tell her, it's so bad what you're doing. You know, you're happy, but everyone else is miserable. How dare you? Shut down. I give her respect. I applaud her. I say, wow, good for you. I love how joyous you are today. Keep it up. Keep it going. I respect the mood you're in. I respect who you are. So instead of boundaries, use the word respect. It makes a huge difference when you walk around and you start to say, I am learning to self-respect, to respect myself in so many ways where I'm an equal to everybody else. The pockets of energy that are empathetically needing my attention now are as valuable and as important as the other people that I'm connecting to right now. But I need to hear the one that I'm connecting to. I need to hear me and what she is saying. Another example, you're also talking to somebody, because that's when it really happens, right? When you're having a conversation with somebody and they say something, you know, it's the covert narcissist thing. Like they say something, it sounds sweet, but something in your body feels like it's just been insulted or made fun of. You know how sometimes friends will be like, oh, you know, Rain is always out of it when she's driving. She's not even paying attention. So don't ever think that she'll like wave hello to you. And you're like, that's such a jab. It feels like a jab. It feels like an insult. But you know what? I don't want to embarrass that person. Maybe they were joking. Maybe they didn't mean it. Maybe they didn't realize it. But your body knows. A pocket of energy inside of you came out and said, that is not right. Somebody's just put you down, right? Somebody just disrespected you, right? You feel that sensation. Your job is to respect that energy. That whether it's right or wrong, you just respected it. You're like, okay, what do I do to respect that pocket of energy that came up and not brush her off like she's rubbish? You know, not give her a million excuses like, oh, it's okay, you felt that way, but, you know, I don't want to embarrass them. Like, do you want to embarrass them? Let's not embarrass them. It's okay that they disrespected you and embarrassed you, but we don't want to do that in return. Instead, you stand by her side. You have her back, basically. You stand by her side and you say, that did feel off. And then you can say something to the person. You can say, because you're respecting yourself, right? You're respecting this pocket of energy. You could say, oh, that was a little uncalled for. I didn't feel that didn't feel like a nice thing. I didn't like what you said. Didn't feel comfortable. Or simply you take an executive decision and say, this person, I'm just not going to be around, right? Or you can be like, well, that's not true. I do like to daydream, but it doesn't make me ignore people. But you come into that space of self-respect. That's what it truly is. It is not a boundary you're building, okay? As empaths, we love to feel others and we love to feel ourselves. It's just time to feel more of ourselves and have our backs, have this respect. I hope this is making sense. I'm trying to give as many examples as possible so it's making sense, because we're wired very differently. Empaths are wired very differently. Our heart is on our sleeve all the time. We are a big fat heart, walking around that's getting slashed and wounded. And we haven't learned, we weren't taught how to cater to this heart, how to love this heart, how to take care of it, how to defend it, how to respect it, how to care for it, right? I don't like to use the word protect it, because there's nothing to really protect it from. It's just to empower it, to let it shine the way it wants to shine and vibrate in whichever form it wants to, and still respect its presence. It's sad today and it's shrunken down. I respect you. It's glowing. I respect you. It's ugly. I respect you. It's frustrated. I respect you. Just a constant state of respect for self, right? You don't have to double think, give a million excuses. I always say this to everyone, even my girls. I'm like, don't give excuses for bad behavior. And it's a bad behavior when you feel it in your emotions. You feel something is off. You're like, that hurt. That hurt. It might have just hurt like a pang, but it hurt. So there's something there. How can I respect myself in this presence? Whoop! I pull my energy back and I start to focus it in here. I take care of this, and then I take a decision of what would I do if this happened to my youngest child, if this happened to a stranger, because we're so good at doing this for strangers. We're so good at doing this for other people than ourselves. What would I do if this was a friend or a stranger and I had a voice, or I had the stamina of respecting her and making her realize that she was just disrespected? What would I do for her? I would probably take her out of the scene. I would probably say, hey, watch your mouth. Something would happen. Whatever that is, you do that for you. That is self-respect. That is what empaths need to start translating boundaries into. Your boundary is actually a self-respect, a lack of respect for self and for others. I hope this is helpful. Let me know in the comments if it is, because it's such a huge topic, but it's such a game changer. It's such a game changer when you are off the building a boundary, working to your boundary, this whole mayhem that we've been going through. And it turns out all along, of course, we don't want boundaries. That's crazy. It'll isolate us. But what we're actually seeking to learn and embody and remember is self-respect, respecting the different pockets of energies within me, respecting who I am, respecting how I perceive myself in the world, respecting my opinion, respecting how I feel, and not giving excuses for bad behavior, which then in return simply allows disrespect to reside towards myself from myself. Make sense?